What's up, everybody? This is Zach with the Jam Space Podcast. We've got a great episode for you today. My guest is Tony Reed, and this is Mos Generator. All right, that was Lonely One Kenobi by Mos Generator. And if you don't know Tony Reed and Mos Generator, then I recommend you go to their Bandcamp right now and take a deep, deep dive because you don't know what you're missing. As a matter of fact, let's hear another one. This is Cat's Paw.
Hello.
Tony, this is Zach. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good, man. I just want to first off say thank you so much for doing this with me, man.
I'm always into this kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, man. I really appreciate it. It's good to hear from you. How have you been?
Super busy.
Yeah, always, man. You never relax, it seems like.
I do at about every night at about 7 o'clock. I get up super early, like at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and some usually around 7 o'clock is when I just shut it off. You know,
Mm-hmm.
unless I'm really in the middle of something that creative, burst that I can't stop, but I usually try to mellow down, but yeah. Okay. In general, yes, I don't slow down,
That's interesting. Do you feel inspired, or do you just do the work?
There's a few ways to look at it. I feel like in all of my business, like the mastering, mixing, and my own creative work, I feel like if I'm inspired, my job on it will be better.
Absolutely.
So that's sometimes when I'm doing a mix for somebody, or I have to go, I'm going to wait a little bit so that I feel I can give it the attention and excitement, like, okay, I'm doing this. I really feel like doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And, I try not to wait too long usually, but if I'm not feeling it, sometimes you just, forcing it. I mean, if you're feeling like you're forcing it, you just go to editing, which is mindless, editing drums or editing whatever it needs to be cleaned up, then that's mindless stuff.
Absolutely. And how about when it comes to writing? Do you just sit down to do the work when it comes to writing, like Mos Generator material and stuff like that? Or do you feel like a strike of inspiration, like, oh, I want to write this riff?
Well, it comes from a few areas. A lot of the times it's me sitting on the couch, and just about every time I pick up an acoustic, my phone comes out and I lay down some kind of thing that just messing around with the acoustic, watching TV, or so, you know what I mean? If I'm taking a break.
These shadows grow so tall. Will I get
There's something to couch riding, man. I've
Yep.
gotten a lot of good riffs off the couch.
Absolutely. And that's, I mean, sometimes I'll hear a tune and I'll go, man, I'd like to have use that feel in a new song. And I'll kind of start with that. Like, I really like the way this certain tune feels when I listen to it. I'd like to, capture that.
Right,
And
absolutely. Like
take it,
emulate it.
take my own take on it.
Yeah,
So
when I was younger, I used to write my own lyrics to like the Doors melodies or something. I'd just replace Jim Morrison's lyrics with my own lyrics, and then later on we would like rework that for a song or something.
yeah.
So that's kind of like the same thing you're saying. Like, I just want to have this kind of feel, and then build on that.
Yep. And sometimes that's the inspiration you need.
Absolutely.
So, and that's been, I mean, we just finished some writing sessions, and it's super, I was super productive. We did two of them, two week and a half writing sessions, demos and stuff. And we got about 80 minutes of music now and we have never, with this lineup that I've had since 2015, we've never had that much time, because our drummer he lives in Boston now. So,
That's
and
that's the other side of the country, man.
yep, he was living in Texas when he joined, and then he moved to Boston. But
Yeah.
so we hadn't been in the same room since October of 2019. So there was no new material. We were still releasing records, but I have such a vault of material,
Right.
that I was able to pull this and that and make stuff out of it. And I'm pretty much drained now.
So were you recording that new material with a different drummer then? Or did
No,
you already have it stockpiled up in recordings and stuff?
Yeah, what we're doing is we'll come in or we did, really good demos. He flew up, we were doing 9 to 6 every day.
Wow.
And they were all staying at my house at the studio. And then it would be like, I would get up at 6 in the morning and go out and compile things. And then they would get out at 9 and we would jam till 5 or 6 and record and arrange these things. And we were coming up with a song a day, almost a complete song a day. And this material is very complex compared to some of our other stuff. We've been known to go into some weird timings and complex arrangements, but we made sure on this one that we were challenging ourselves. So we threw down a lot of material that's way different than what we've done, and also much more challenging. and
I'm really excited about that.
it's super great because I'm channeling my 20-year-old self in a lot of this material, and some of the stuff, the sparks for the tunes would come from riffs I would have written in like '89 or '90 or '95 or whatever. So I'm using unused riffs from as sparks, and then we build on those. So it's a mix of me when I was, a teenager or early 20s and me now.
Isn't it
So,
amazing how those little licks and stuff they stick with us for so long, and you ended up whipping one out, all these years later?
yep, it's really weird to also realize that you wrote cool music when you're young, because sometimes when you consider your youth like this training period for songwriting, and I would for a long time would look at it as not rudimentary, but just it was really.
You didn't feel like you were ready yet.
Yeah, I was taking in so many musical styles when I was young
Hmm.
that if you listen to what I was releasing, it was just so schizophrenic because, month to month, I was finding new records that of stuff I'd never heard, and I was incorporating it into my writing and just making these crazy things happen, and once I became more of what I considered a songwriter and more focused on that, I thought what I was doing when I was young was too frantic, you know. But when you pull those parts out and you start to have a better sense of songwriting, but using some cool bits from those and adding to them now, you can come up with some really neat stuff. And that concept also runs with the concept of the album that I'm putting together, which has a lot to do with time and the passage of time and how it's something you can't get back and you can't control it, you know. And as we get older, you start to look at things like that. Time becomes a bigger factor in
Oh
your life.
yeah, man.
You know?
I had I had my first daughter at a young age, man. So I'm a young father, but nothing reminds me more of how much time is passing than just her getting older. She's already a damn teenager now. So
Yeah.
that's right in your face every day. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? It's like, if you want to make something happen, you got to make it happen now because time's not waiting for anybody.
Yep. Time does not wait.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting concept to go across the record too, because uh, it's just it's just so close to me right now. I'm so involved in the thoughts about it
Man,
and we're doing little things in the music too that I don't. It's kind of trippy to explain. I think I'm really in the analyzing point because right as you called in, I was doing guitar tracks for some of these demos, and I'm just my head space is just right in this right now. You know,
that
so
man, maybe I should hang up and call you later, dude. Let you get
nah,
back.
dude. This song is something I'd written about 5 years ago, and we're just re-recording it because it was something
Nice.
that I did all by myself for a solo project, and I never got to putting it all together. So we learned it, and it'll be. So what I'm doing is reproducing my demo, which is layered with massive guitar tracks, all done on baritone. Like it's all baritone guitar. When you
Sick.
can get some really neat sounds just out of the regular chords you play when it's played on a baritone,
Hmm.
they just sound different. And your melodic possibilities seem to be quite different, and that's what I'm doing on this record. Also, lots of different tunings. The songs have different tunings around them and stuff. There's some Joni Mitchell tunings that I really, really like the way they sound. So I did a couple of tunes on this record in Joni Mitchell, some of her tunings, and man, it just gives me a completely different sound, and that's inspirational, really. But,
Yeah, I mean, definitely when you pick up a different sound and start messing with those different tones and stuff, it brings up new ideas.
yeah, exactly. Writing, we wrote with mostly the guitars were just semi distorted, a lot of clean sound and tones because I'm playing some really odd chords. And if I was saturated too much, you wouldn't even be able to tell what's happening.
Yeah.
And I mean, our studio records are usually less saturated than live. Live, you need that assistance when you're trying to sing and play. You need your guitar to help you out a little bit, your amp to be pushed. But
Absolutely.
How do I know that it's real? How will it change how I feel for the rest of my days? How do I know that it's real? How will it change how I feel for the rest of my days? Get away, gotta get away, gotta get away, gotta make a way to get back home. Disappear into my room. What do we have in this life? We could be gone anytime, my love. Will you just hold my hand? I don't think I can stand in my funeral suit. Get away, gotta get away, gotta get away, gotta make a way to get back home. Back home. Now that I've harvested earth, can I find worth in you and you and you? Time only slips away. Memories only fade with every day. Get away, gotta get away, gotta get away, gotta make a way to get back home. Back home.
yeah, man.
You guys have been around since 2000.
Yes.
And put out so much music on an array of record labels. I mean, must be how many different record labels would you say you've released on?
I would say at least 12 that I can think of right now.
That's
You know,
awesome.
I mean, not, I mean, I think we've got something like 21 12-inch records.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's gotta be difficult to manage, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because there's also like tons of reissues. you know?
Yeah.
And so there's all those you count in, and a lot of them are EPs and just weird live records. And I mean, it's really been, I've been lucky that anybody even cares. Sometimes I feel like nobody cares. Like you feel like, nobody cares about what I'm doing. I mean, you still do it for yourself, but then I step back and go, you know what, man, all these records have been released and I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I try to look at it with a much better attitude. Sometimes I get a little down, but
when I start feeling that way, man, it's good. Like we go play a show and everybody shows up, and then afterwards, it's a good show, man. And then that shit'll float me on for a while,
Yeah. We played last weekend for the first time it's October 2019 was the last time we played a gig
with TP Creeper, huh?
Yeah, we did a show on Saturday with them. Yeah.
How'd it go? How were the shows?
They were great. The attendance was wonderful. The first night we were a little off, but it's been, we weren't working on our old set list. We were working on new material, so we were focused on that, and we went out. And then, I guess you gauge what the crowd says. So as much as you might be tripping, they were having a blast.
Right.
So, and then both nights were great.
That's awesome, man. I went and checked out Ripple Fest, Texas, down there in Austin.
Oh, cool.
And it was a blast, dude. Void Vader tore it up. You guys just put a split out last year.
Yeah, with the Queen songs on it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what about those Legends of Heavy? Is that what it's called? The old classic rocks that you're doing?
Oh, the Lost Chronicles of Heavy Rock.
Lost Chronicles of Heavy Rock. Can we talk about that, man? What can you tell us about that?
Well, that was just something that I was doing, like for my own, it's for my own work. I record covers a lot. I would have to say hundreds of covers I've recorded over the years. And it's like school. I do it like the record, like the original, as close as I can for numerous reasons. I do it so that I can learn. I want to go, how did they get that drum sound? How did they get that guitar sound? So every time I do one of these covers and try to mimic the sound, then I learn something. And then when I mimic someone else's playing style on whatever instrument, I also learn something from that. And then because you're never going to sound exactly like somebody. You're going to put your own style on it. But the more little things you have, the more tricks in your bag, then, when you need them, they're there. So over the years, I had recorded all these obscure 70s covers. And this label, I put some up online here and there, and the label wanted to put out a collection of them, a label that Mos was on. So we ended up doing an LP with, I think it was 10 songs, maybe 9 or 10. And then the CD version has 8 or 9 extra tunes on it. And it was just like I said, it was an exercise, basically, that just turned into something that people seemed to be interested in listening to. Plus, it was some cool bands that not a lot of people have heard of. Or, some of them, plenty of people have heard of, Rush.
Yeah.
But it was a super obscure Rush song that's never been recorded in the studio. It was like a bootleg.
Yeah, you got some Atomic Rooster on here, a couple Pentagram songs. King Crimson.
Blood Rock and Highway Robbery. Highway Robbery is a tripped out song band, and lots of weird stuff,
I'm running away with myself. I think I ran a little too far. Your love is more than a tease. And I'm gonna give it all
I like what you said, how you were recording these covers just to figure out different techniques and get in the feel of these other guys and how they play and stuff. I mean, I've done similar stuff. That's very smart, man. Very clever, and trying to get other people's feel too whenever you're playing their stuff on the guitar.
Yeah, I mean the tone and feel, like I said, you learn something when you do that. And and some people aren't down if they're like, if I wanted to hear it done just like the original, I would listen to the original. But these songs weren't actually meant to be released.
Right.
They were meant for me just to work. And sometimes I hear a song and it won't get out of my head until I cover it. So I've covered some really weird shit, over the years, not just rock songs, and
yeah, I could dig into the vault and grab a couple of Leonard Cohen things I've done in my bedroom,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you do what, like, I can't get that shit out of my head, man. Like, and then once you spend 4 or 5 hours on it, then you're like, okay, I'm done with this now. It's out of my head now.
Put it out. Isn't it funny when you record something, man? It just goes right away.
Yep.
I feel like that's how you clean your hard drive, man. You walk around with this stuff in your head for however long, until you get to record it. And then once you record it and you put it on some tangible format, then you can kind of clean the hard drive, and your mind.
And that's what happens, like, with even our albums. I don't even listen to them when they show up. Like the label, here's your albums. I look at it and go, next. Like, I don't even listen to them. I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it anymore.
And the proof is right there.
The records, I just put them away. Yeah. Sometimes I don't want to hear if I don't like the pressing. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear if there's something wrong with the pressing to my ear. It'll just bum me out. So there's that too. That, along with, like, I've heard it enough, I don't need to hear it anymore. I trust the pressing plants or whatever. Like, we're just gonna, move on to the next thing.
Well, your breadth of work speaks for itself. I mean, constantly putting out.
I've been lucky, I'm in so many projects and bands. There's just stuff coming out all the time.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to talk to you about while I got you here is Big Scenic Nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, that release is fucking killer, dude. And I heard you guys are already, you got another one coming, right?
Yeah, this will be the 4th.
Wow.
Record. And 3 of these, a couple of these, parts of some of them, and 3 of them will be just from one session. We've only been in the same room one time.
That is crazy.
We recorded 3 days of freeform jams, and I bring them home and edit them into songs. Bob sends me notes, and Bob has ideas, and I have ideas. So I ended up doing a bunch of editing, and I do vocals and whatever instruments need to get later onto them.
Now, were you recording this at your usual studio, or were you guys at Rancho?
Down in Yucca Valley.
Oh, okay, Rancho de la Luna?
No, at Gatos Trail.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And and then I just brought the files home, and I just work on them up here all the time. Like tons, like almost every song that you hear was actually just a 1-part jam. And I've taken them apart and rebuilt them, but keeping Gary and Bill most of the time. And so I have to do all kinds of weird stuff to make key changes and stuff. It's a huge undertaking, but Bob and I just like share ideas back and forth, and he'll send me files. Hey, what if we did this? And and then listen, I did all these keyboards, and then he gets other people to play, which in turn can inspire me sometimes to do even more things. When I hear what somebody else's idea on top of it was, then I can add more overdubs, So we're actually playing a show in November, which will be weird because, like I said, we've only been in the same room once, and all these songs were totally mutated into what they are now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we actually play them.
I just saw the flyer for that earlier, and I bought tickets for it as soon as I saw it. Man, I love going to the shows out here in the Yucca Valley and over there in the Palm Desert and stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime I can get to a show over there, man, I'm there.
Cool. Yeah, it should be fun. It'll be a trip because we've never played together.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have 2 rehearsals, I think, right, like Thursday and Friday, and then to try to arrange these tunes together, and then we'll probably do some free forming. There's no reason why we can't do a little jamming and whatnot, but yeah, we seem to hit it off pretty good and have fun doing it. And so, and then after that, the day after that show, we go into the studio for 2 days and just lay down 2 days worth more of jams. And there's nobody on that. The last time, nobody had an idea at all. We just went in and started freeforming, and then some of the jams were like 20 to 30 minutes, and I just cut them up.
So you guys are just performing as a 4-piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will be weird because I'm doing sometimes 2, 3, or 4 part harmonies. Nobody else can sing. And we're just gonna have to make it the live versions.
And what about the other guys in the studio? Because I remember reading that you were working with a lot of people when you were recording the first album, or I guess you recorded it all at once.
I was just a guest when the first EP came out, and then the first full length. I was just a guest at that point. And then Bob's like, dude, you want to come down and you want to be in the band? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, you know what I mean? This is what I do all the time. Mm-hmm. It's not taking really, well, I mean, I'm doing a ton of work in the studio, like hours, and I mean, not hundreds, but, but why not?
Right.
Yeah. Plus, you get to play with these dudes, and, it doesn't hurt my profile to be involved in this. So there's that.
Hell no.
And but yeah, and then so when we're doing, I don't know if we're gonna do anything from those first 2. Like, I don't know if we're gonna do anything that I didn't sing.
Yeah. So the 4-piece that you're performing with doesn't include Nick Oliveri.
Correct, because he was on bass. Now I'm the bass. I play assorted instruments in the studio.
Gotcha.
When I go to overdub, I'll overdub keys or guitars or acoustic or whatever. But on stage, I'll play bass.
Okay. Wow. That's going to be interesting, man.
In the jams, I played bass.
Okay.
So I play all the bass on the records. Well, one song Bob plays bass on the new album, and I went to guitar in the actual recording sessions.
I was thinking you and Bob were twinning it up.
No, that's Gary is playing guitar.
All right.
And Gary and Bob, and I'm playing bass in the studio, which is fine because, that lets them do the thing. Then when I go in to do overdubs, I get free reign to overdub anything I want, including guitar parts and stuff.
We got Stoner and Fatso Jetson joining you guys out there at the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun jam,
And Gary's in that band too, right? But is Gary in Fatso Jetson?
I think that's Mario from Yawning Man.
Okay, I got you.
But I'm not sure if Bill's, and I can't remember if Bill's in Fatso Jetson or not. So yeah, it'll be a super, super time. I'm just gonna drive down like I did last time. Just take a nice drive.
How's everything looking over there where you're at, man? Are they gonna start shutting things down again?
Well, we've done the mask stuff, which is fun. I've stayed in when I go out to the stores all through this whole time. I wore a mask even when you didn't have to, and but now they're starting to do, you either have to prove vaccination or get a test 2 days before you enter this show. And another band I'm in, that Hot Spring Water Band, which is like a 70s country rock band that we're out playing. We got like an album out, and it's like, it's like Neil Young and stuff like that. It's Crazy Horse sound. Mm-hmm. One of the guys isn't vaccinated, so we're going to have to he's going to have to either get vaccinated or we're not going to be able to play because I'm not going to ask him to get a test before every show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, things are about to get weird, man.
Yeah, Moss has some touring in Europe set up. We're playing that Desert Fest London next year, and then doing 3 weeks around that. And who knows if that works because they've already canceled it twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that tour's already been rescheduled twice.
Well, I'm at Psycho this weekend. You know, it's been postponed, but we're all keeping our fingers crossed. I'm just gonna, you know, be safe, be smart out there, and I just want to enjoy the show. A lot of my favorite bands like Exhorder and Down and all that NOLA stuff, you know, Crowbar, I Hate God. So I'm really excited about it. I've had the tickets for so long, I just want to go, you know, you know, knock it out and fucking be safe, man. It's a weird time right now.
Yeah, it's a trip, man.
Well, Tony, man, I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me, man. I wanted to do this with you because last Sunday was a year since we put out our Who Do I Kill album that you mastered for us.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to commemorate that, you know, and have you on the show.
I dig it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Anything that you want to plug before I let you go?
I don't know. Just check out the usual, my Bandcamp or whatever. There's a ton of records and stuff that I've done on there, and that span more than just heavy rock. There's acoustic stuff. There's some goth. I re-recorded these goth tunes I wrote in like '88. I did a record of them. Somebody put it out. GHU put it out. So I re-recorded all these songs that sound like Christian Death or Bauhaus or Sam Hain or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's cool stuff, fun stuff like that. You know? But just I appreciate anybody taking the time to listen to anything I've been on. It's all you can hope for, that people actually take a little bit of time with it, you know.
Do you have a time frame for the new Mos stuff?
No, man. With 80 minutes of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sifting through.
Yeah.
I mean, we got really good demos. I mean, there's a lot of energy that, you know, we can demo at full album sound. You know, it's fully produced records. Our demos are usually, sometimes the demos are better than the record because they have more energy or they're raw, less thought about.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that'll be a while. Next year and with record pressing plants.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Well, Tony, man, I appreciate everything you're doing, keeping heavy rock alive, dude.
Will do. Yeah, man.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you out there in November with Big Scenic Nowhere, and I'm looking forward to this new Mos Generator stuff. The way you're describing it sounds awesome. So thank you very much for being on here, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you kindly.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going crazy now, baby. I don't expect you to understand when I feel 100 years gone. You're just a slave to my baby, and I'm just a slave to the strangest time that I've ever known. And I might not make it through to you, yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Tony Reed, for being on the show. I am off to Psycho Las Vegas. If you guys see me, come say hello. I'll be with my lovely wife. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.